going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to make a lead like lost frequencies. You guys can download this preset along with that bass you guys heard in the drop as well. And there's a couple of other presets just like this in that same pack for free as well. All right, so one thing about this lead is the MIDI here is really interesting. So it's really fast. So that envelope in that lead is going to be really short. So all right, so let's establish that envelope like I was talking about. That's going to be like the bulk of the sound pretty much, because after that we can kind of shape it how we want it to sound. So we can put the sustain all the way down, and then after that we're going to put a really short decay, something like this. And then you guys can hear that there's a little click at the beginning. That's because the attack is at its stock 0 seconds. But if we put that up just a little bit, like just a little bit, that's going to give us that softer sound that I like a lot. And it sounds really good when we put a filter on top of it too. But now inside of the wavetable, let's load up the quad saw. And the reason for the quad saw is, I don't really know what it means, but when we shape it like this in the frames, you guys can see that it shapes and it kind of morphs a little bit. And that's going to be good for changing the tone of it. We can automate it, things like that. We can change it over time. It's really just giving character to that saw wave, so we can automate it to change it if we want to. Next, let's put the volume all the way down in the level section, and then we can drag envelope 1 onto that level. And then that's just going to shape it a little bit more and give us more of a plucky shape. And then by default, the release is kind of high for what I like, so I like to put that down a little bit. And then for the sample section, we can load up that white noise that's in there by default, route that to filter 2, and then we could put this all the way to the right, nice low cut. And then after that, we can put it on 24 dB, so it's a steeper slope, so it'll cut out more of those low frequencies. And then we can just put it up like this to get a lot of that high end of the white noise. And then we can also throw envelope 1 on that as well to give it that plucky feel. And then that white noise is just going to give us a little bit of character on that saw wave, just so it's not just a plain simple saw wave. It kind of makes it a little dirty when we add some filtering and effects on it. And then for the polyphony, put this down to 1 as usual because it is a lead. And then we can head on over to the effects now. First, we can put that filter on, and then now we're going to put this resonance pretty close to 0. And then putting the envelope on that filter is going to give it a little bit of movement. So right now it's just a pretty stale saw wave. But the filter is going to give us that like kind of like that wow effect. If you do it with your mouth, like the kind of like that effect. So we can put envelope 1 onto that filter, cut off, and then we could just play with it right there. And then you guys can tweak it for however long you want. This is where a lot of it is going to come down to preference of what you like. Then we can put up the drive a little bit. The drive is just feeding more volume into the filter, so it's giving us more of a distorted vibe. And then we're going to add a little low cut to get those low frequencies out of there. And then after that, we can add a little bit of delay. We can do stereo. Then we're going to put it to 1/16. Let's do ping pong actually, so it goes back and forth. And we can just mix a little bit of this in, and a little bit of reverb too. Is just going to fill up this sound a lot. And then we could drag macro 1 onto this frame right here, the frame for the wavetable. And we could also drag on, let's do a little distortion before the filter. Let's drag macro 1 onto that. So now if we automate this in our song, it's gonna just be a little different, and we can automate it on certain notes. And then in the original song, these notes right here, they sound a little different. I'm gonna assume it's because he used a real analog synth, but we can try our best to kind of emulate that inside of Vital. It's just a way to change it up a little bit rather than keeping that same exact sound. And some of the other presets I have down below for free kind of take on those same characteristics. So this one's a little wider, it's a little thicker than the other one. That preset I showed you how to make, that one's a little thinner, this one's a little thicker. And this one's kind of more of a retro vibe. Gives you a really analog vibe. And that's it for the lost frequency style leads. The main thing to keep in mind is that envelope shape, because the envelope is going to be the main source of where your sound is coming from. Be sure to check out these presets down below for free at klingmusic.com. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys want to see, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.